A video of a young woman calling out the convicted IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has gone viral on social media. In the clip, which was released on Tuesday, the woman stated that the Biafra movement is not something that all Igbos are in support of. She then condemns Kanu directly, saying that he single-handedly put the Southeast in disarray. Let's take a look.
The Biafran movement is not something that all Igbos are in support of. So stop trying, I need people to stop trying to mash us into one. There is a divide already on this movement. Before IPOB, there was Masob. How did Masob run their agenda so peacefully? But when it was time for the IPOB, we are having chaos. The East is not what it used to be. We can't travel anymore. The UGMs are in play. The ESN are in play. My state is in shambles because I am from the same state as he is. You can't come out on Mondays anymore. You move, you get killed. Why is nobody saying anything about that? We are more worried about one man who put the whole of the East in disarray for doing the wrong thing. There's tyranny, there's treason. Are we going to advocate for a tyrant? You want a cessation, you do not go about it the legal way, and you put everybody's lives from the East into problems, and then you want us to stand behind violence? Has any of you taken the time to listen to Nnamdi's radio channel for 1 hour and hear the amount of hate? The hate! If I'm not in support, I'm not in support. You can't use my political ambition or my political stance to hold it against me that I'm not speaking up.
Well, online, Dr. Abati, some have said, that a lot of Southeasterners feel the same way she does, but won't say anything publicly, while others question how his life imprisonment will stop the violence or improve the condition in the southeastern states. Your thoughts on the two stories?
Well, quickly, I think the lady from Abia State, she's from Abia State, should be commended for her boldness, for her courage in expressing herself. In that video, she started by saying Igbos are very smart people, book smart, street smart, business smart, and that nobody should accept or assume that every Igbo person, just because he or she is Igbo, is supporting the Biafra movement. And that it is wrong to keep saying every Igbo person should get into this trap of emotional responses that seems to be dominant. And she's not alone in this regard. Senator Orji Uzor-Kalu, when he commented on the subject, said exactly the same thing, more or less, to say that about 30,000 lives have been lost. Who is going to account for that? Livelihood has been disrupted in the Southeast. Who is going to account for that? And that people should just stop saying, oh, because you are Igbo, then you must support Nnamdi Kanu emotionally. There's also the case of Ms. Oge Onumbogu, who gave a testimony at the U.S. Congress, who made the point that, look, the situation in Nigeria is far more complex than is being reported, and that we should avoid the error of the single narrative. Now, it's the same thing that that gentleman that you quoted, Zagozola Makama. Okay. Makama is an easier name to quote. Saying that, look, they don't look at the crime. They look at who the perpetrator is. And he's talking about stereotyping. That in every community, you have bad and good people. You have criminals, you have extremists everywhere. Now, 2 priests were killed in the East. He says he has not heard anything about them. Nobody is saying anything. People are silent, including the most vocal persons commenting, because it doesn't fit into the narrative of Christian genocide. Because in the East, in this case, it will be the IPOB is Christian against Christian. Yeah. And the perpetrators, of course, owned up to the responsibility. They claimed responsibility. Yes, so is that why is nobody talking about that? And that's just one example. There will be many. So there will be many. So I also think Mr. Makama, is making a very good point about the need for care, about the need for people to just be careful, and not just be unusually emotional. Yeah. He said they talk of Fulani herdsmen all the time. Who is talking about the